And like, it's now been like 5 years since I had the phone, and I still have the phone. Like, I don't know what's to say about that. Like, I don't think I have it because necessarily it's because it's a good phone. I think like, I don't know why I still have the phone. Like, I don't know why. Like, it's really strange because there's been plenty of phones that came out since that. Like, I want to try, but like I just never came off the phone. Maybe because like after buying this phone, I sort of got disillusioned of buying like, you know, the newest phones, because sometimes I feel like companies will like take a feature out of their phone to merely put it back like one generation later, because eventually the Note once again got, I think, expandable storage. Like they just seal the back, so you can never really access I think the battery anymore. I may need to check that, but like expandable storage came back, and everything was just wrong with this generation. Like, when it comes to like Samsung Notes, like everything is wrong in it. Battery sucks. Camera was okay for the time. Like, Samsung cameras always like, I don't know why. Like, the thing is, like, you know, Samsung cameras, like, you know, if you're ugly, it'll make you even more ugly, whereby like an iPhone camera would make you seem, I guess, a lot better looking. And that's the only problem with like Samsung phone. Like, trust me, like if you're ugly with a Samsung phone, like you're gonna have a hard time. You know, pray for me. The camera's just not as good as iPhone, at least when it comes to all the tests I've like looked at. Like, when it comes to like the people I know, their phone camera, even if like their phone came out at the same time as mine, like, which was like the iPhone 6 or the iPhone 7, their cameras was definitely better. It just mean the Samsung screens are better than any iPhone. Like, even to this day, I still think that the Note 5 screen would probably be better than even like the iPhone 10, iPhone 11 screen. I never really checked that one out, but like I wouldn't be surprised, because of like Samsung screen is always good. But also this phone also has what I think Touch UI or whatever the old version of the Samsung OS was, which is so trash. Like, this phone no longer has security updates. Like, no updates whatsoever. No security updates. I'm still surprised, like, all the apps I downloaded on it still work with it. And they're not really significantly slow, because I guess, you know, like, Samsung technically released their phones with like a lot of, you know, high technology, where it comes to like 4 gigs of RAM and, you know, a decent processor. Although, like, you know, their OS and like apps in general aren't very well optimized for any Android phone, because, you know, like, it's hard to optimize your app and your OS to what could potentially be thousands of different Android phones, right? But like, so all in all, was the worst phone I've ever purchased, but yet I still own the phone, right? And the screen is dead. Like, not the screen itself, but like the touch screen, like pretty much I can no longer use the phone with my fingers. I have to use it with the touch pen it comes with. So the phone is no longer touch screen. You have to use the touch pen. Like, it's like you know, back in the day, like, you know, early 2000s, where like, you know, the only touch, quote unquote, touch screen devices, you had to use a stylus. So pretty much the only way I can use the phone now is to use the stylus that comes with it. And I still have the phone, like, and I could buy other phones, but like, I don't know, like, I think this phone just disillusioned me of, like, you know, new technology. I love watching new technology. I love staying up to date with new technology. I love trying out new technology, but like jumping to like new technology, I think I'm starting to change though. Like, I think I'm starting to change when it comes to like, giving companies, new chances to change. Maybe they learn their lessons from like removing features and re-adding those features back. So honestly, the front camera on the phone I have now, the Note 5, it's all blurry. The back camera is also blurry. I think like maybe dust and like just overall muck and just being in use for 5 years is just nothing on it is really good. The speakers, while at the time they were okay, now they're not that good. The stylus is broken. I have to use the stylus, but like the top part of it is broken off. At least the button on it still works. The phone maybe holds the charge like on screen time maybe an hour and a half to maybe 2 hours, like depending on what I'm doing. The fast charging is gone. Like, you no longer fast charge. I don't know why. Pretty much, which was sort of cool at the time. At least I'm thankful to Samsung for releasing this feature at the time, 2014, 15, having fast charge. That's amazing, right? Thanks to them for adding that. Call quality, I don't think was very good on this phone. Speaker, okay, but not that good. The phone feeling in your hand, I didn't like. It was a lot better than the Note 4. Definitely was a lot better than Note 4. Overall, the phone just looks like, even like compared to the phones nowadays, the phone still looks very, very like, sort of modern. Like, people don't necessarily look at you and be like, oh, what's this old phone? They can tell it's an older phone because obviously it's not it's not all screen like the newer phones are. There's obviously bezels, big bezels, not necessarily on the side, but the top and bottom has large bezels. The fingerprint sensor sucks. Pretty much the phone is on its last legs. Sometimes I know it's on its last leg. Sometimes it'll turn off on me. Sometimes it'll like not work. Sometimes like it's a lot of things on it is just not going that good. But for its time, it was I'm not gonna say it was garbage, but it was underwhelming. Very, very underwhelming. Right? The technology that was in it was top notch, but stuff like that doesn't really matter when like, stuff aren't necessarily optimized. The touch UI or whatever it's called, compared to the One UI. One UI is way better than like the touch UI that came with the old Samsung. The phone is still stuck on, I think, on like Android 7, which was like, I think it was like Nougat or something like that. Like, it's no security updates for the past 2 to 3 years. Like, I don't know why I still put my personal information on this stuff. Like, trash. Like, comparatively to other Samsung phones, this was the worst Samsung phone. Other than like, I guess other than the Note 7, and the only problem with the Note 7 is that it was probably created by some, I don't know, terrorist to try to destroy their entire world because it spontaneously combust. Imagine sleeping with that phone on your bed, or like charging the phone beside you, like when you sleep. You could wake up with like with like fire on your face, man. Like, it's like crazy. But thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.